tonight. It's that kind of test, a real test of wits at the Wacker. And Kostya Tszyu keeps one eye firmly fixed on a world title.
It's a scratch, and I'm the man, I'm the boxer.
It's fight night on Sports Tonight. Hello, I'm Matthew White. This is Sports Tonight, and talk about fighters. The ANZ Players' Championship produced a slugfest today. Stephen Leaney toe-to-toe with Corey Pavin. It was a TKO to Leaney. Right on the bell at Twickenham, John Eales landed a knockout blow to England. The Wallabies by 1. And right on cue, they swapped their feet for fists at this soccer game. It was a day when both teams had to drag themselves off the canvas. A day full of wickets, but not many runs. And depending on the session, it was Alex Tudor's day, it was Damien Fleming's day, or it was Graham Hick's day. The amazing thing is, it was only the second day of the second test. Australia definitely has the upper hand at the Wacker. And while it's hard to tell how many days are left before the bell rings for the winner, one thing's for certain, this fight is unlikely to go the distance.
As Mark Waugh and night watchman Jason Gillespie made a start, the English fans hoped for a miracle. Alan Mullally making the breakthrough.
That's it, finally. The edge, Mullally plays, the heavens.
That brought the Waugh brothers together, steadying the Australian camp, albeit slowly. England missing their chance to put an end to the dangerous partnership.
Oh, there you go. There's plenty of bat on it. He really went for it, just flew over the slip.
As Mark Waugh's innings gathered momentum,
oh, good shot.
England's fumbles continued.
In the air and dropped.
Until Alex Tudor took his first test wicket. Steve Waugh gone for 33.
That is beautiful bowling.
Waugh's Wacker century still eluding him. But Tudor was only just warming up. Mark Waugh, his second victim.
In the air and he's got him.
Then a middle-order collapse triggered by Darren Gough. Australia all out for 240. But when England came back in, the wickets went tumbling. Damien Fleming wreaking havoc in the touring camp. Mark Ramprakash and John Crawley steadied the England innings until Colin Miller removed Crawley for 15.
Oh, a chance here. Colin Miller has got him.
That brought Graham Hick to the crease. A late inclusion in the England side, Hick had a point to prove.
He's hit that one in front of square. And it's gone all the way.
Hick smashed 17 runs from one Jason Gillespie over. Payback for his first innings duck off the South Australians' bowling.
Oh, he's hit that one too. That's gone miles. Way down over the top.
England fighting back to trail by 2 runs with 3 days play remaining.
And Australia poised to take a 1-0 lead in the series. Damien Fleming doing the damage there with the ball, while Graham Hick also found some form, unbeaten on 42.
Try to get those next 5 wickets tomorrow morning, is hopefully the next hour, in the first hour, hour and a half, and maybe chase 80, 90 runs. Graham Hick's probably the key at this stage. He's got a very quick 5.42 there and playing very well, and I think if we can get him and get into the tail, Glenn McGrath and Jason Gillespie might go through the tail then.
So I think the fellas bowled well today. Alan Mullally, Darren Gough, they bowled great. I thought it was a great team bowling performance today. Sometimes I still have to pinch myself that I'm actually here, and I'm just delighted to be representing my country. And yeah, you know, the fellas make it easy for me, and the backroom staff, you know, they just tell you to go out there, enjoy it, just express yourself, and that's all you can do as a youngster.
It must rank as one of the best finishes in Australian golf for some time. Stephen Leaney storming home over the closing holes at the ANZ Players' Championship to catch Corey Pavin, then pipping the tournament draw card in a playoff.
Corey Pavin's overnight lead didn't last long. Stephen Leaney joining him at the top on the very first hole.
That's exactly what he does.
Pavin's short game was coming up short as Leaney took the outright lead. But by the 7th, the gritty little American had clawed his way back to the front.
And this is very close.
Good back there, good back there.
Another American, Todd Dempsey, was also producing some class shots to stay in contention.
That is sensational.
While Peter O'Malley remained in the hunt despite a frustrating run on the greens. Lucas Parsons, though, was having little trouble finding the cup. This monster was from 26 metres.
Lucas Parsons a putt for a 3.
Oh! Leaney let some pressure off Pavin with a chipping hiccup at the turn. The former US Open champ pushing home the advantage with a birdie at 11.
But they're going to have to work hard if they're going to beat this man.
David McKenzie made a run on the back nine, this long eagle putt finishing just a breath away.
Well, he's putted wonderfully well.
Michael Long also finished his round in style.
Oh, there you go.
What a way to finish.
But Leaney too was leaving his best for last. 3 birdies and an eagle late in his round saw him reel Paven in.
Game on.
They were all square playing 18, Leaney holding a great par saver to stay alive. Paven needing this to force a playoff.
Well, you didn't expect anything else, did you, from Corey Paven?
Leaney one-putting his 7th straight green to win at the first extra hole.
That putter was as hot as a branding iron as Leaney denied Paven his first win in 2 years, and the $144,000 winner's cheque will certainly provide some consolation for the 29-year-old who missed his US Tour card earlier in the week.
I'm still in shock, I guess. I really feel sorry for Corey today because he played very well. His iron play down the stretch was magnificent, but he just got beaten by a putter, I guess, who just happened to hold some more putts. But thanks, Corey, for the day today.
Today was acceptable way to not win. If you go out and throw it away or something, then you have reason to be very upset. But I'm not upset. I'm certainly disappointed. I would have certainly rather have won the tournament. But again, Stephen just did everything he needed to do to win.
Back to cricket now, and a humiliating defeat for Western Australia in their Shield clash against New South Wales at the Sydney Cricket Ground. Blues batsman Corey Richards fell just 3 runs short of notching his 4th century in as many games. But teammate Michael Bevan wasn't to be denied. The talented all-rounder unbeaten on 101 before the declaration at 9 for 281. But while the Blues were in control, the Warriors fell in quick succession. Nathan Bracken bowled 3 for 10 and test discard. Stuart McGill took 4 for 17. WA all gone for 58. And New South Wales has taken its first innings points of the season there, an unlikely win over the Warriors. They hit their lowest score on the SCG, McGill, Bracken and Robertson doing the damage for New South Wales. And South Australia has won a thrilling Shield match against Victoria. The Bushrangers were in cruise control early, declaring just before lunch at 7 for 300 in a bid to chase outright victory. But Greg Blewett had other ideas, striking a brilliant century. In the final session, Blewett was joined by Darren Lehman and the pair went on a scoring spree. Victoria's hopes of bowling South Australia out faded as the Redbacks suddenly threatened to claim victory. Blewett was eventually dismissed for 158 and his teammates continued the charge to give South Australia its first outright win. Blewett there leading the way with the bat. Darren Lehman taking up where he left off from his 171 in the first dig. Despite the loss, the Vicks remain on top of the Shield table. And in the match between Tasmania and Queensland, Stuart Law and Andrew Simons set out to quickly build on the team's overnight total of 3 for 91 and present Tasmania with an impressive target. Law doing just that, top scoring with a great century. Queensland held a 249-run lead before lunch when the heavens opened, giving the Bulls no chance of declaring and condemning the match to a draw. We've heard that before. So a couple of handy knocks from Law and Simons. It was always going to end in a draw, that one. Tasmania at least taking the 2 first innings points. Hope you can hang around. We'll be back after the break with more Sports Tonight.
He copped a real shiner, but Kostya Tszyu doesn't care. He's back on track for a world title. And speaking of fights, look at this. It started out as a game of soccer.
Well, look. Goodness me.
Stay with us.
Welcome back. Kostya Tszyu is once again back on track to a world title fight. This afternoon in Palm Springs, Kostya won the WBC Super Lightweight Interim title, and he'll now meet Miguel Angel Gonzalez in the big one.
The American crowd was thrilled. So was Kostya.
We're all proud. I'm proud. I'm proud to be part of this event.
Another knockdown again on the left hook to the body.
In just 5 rounds, Kostya Tszyu hammered Cuban exile Diabelos Hurtado. The fight opened with an astonishing round which put Hurtado on the canvas and left Tszyu with a decent shiner. And both were still swinging at the bell.
But land.
But Kostya stopped rushing the Cuban in the next few rounds, landing the body punches which would prove too much for Hurtado.
And that's it.
He's bigger than me, he's stronger probably than me, but I'm the man already and fully mature. And I can wrestle as well.
Trainer Johnny Lewis says it's one of the best fights he's ever seen.
I just think it was a victory that all Australia can be proud of, and it's just great to share in that with such a fine person.
Kostya's fans agree. Kostya now faces the man he should have fought tonight, Miguel Angel Gonzalez. That'll take place here in the United States next April. Kostya phoned home the happy news. He'll be returning to Australia soon, a champion once again.
National Soccer League Premier South Melbourne showed its championship qualities this afternoon, winning a spiteful match against crosstown rivals Melbourne.
And understrength Melbourne talked up its local derby with South Melbourne before blasting out of the blocks, going close to opening the scores. The Knights' form turned sour shortly after, penalised for an illegal back pass.
They're saying it's a back pass. He's absolutely furious.
It proved a costly mistake. Goran Lozanovski threading the ensuing free kick home.
Lozanovski can bash those.
South Melbourne launched another raid midway through the first half that turned ugly.
Coveney and Diddlitzer with courage. Well, look, goodness me, Joe Diddlitzer did not for 1 second, and they want to go on with it. This is the derby. This is how it works.
Tempers flared again in the 20th minute, an off-ball incident testing patience levels, the referee counselling both leaders. But the jostling continued in the second half. South Melbourne's experience prevailed, winning 1-0. At Brandon Park in Wollongong, the Wolves were locked 1-1 with Canberra at half-time before powering home with 2 goals in 2 minutes, sealing the match 4-2.
Oh, you get another goal!
So Canberra's problems continue. The Knights also going down. Pablo Cardozo scoring twice for Olympic. John Markovski with 2 for the Glory. Despite having only 10 men, Carlton beat Gippsland. Alex Moriera with a hat-trick. A late goal giving Adelaide City a win. And in the Australian Women's Soccer Association, Julie Murray scored 3 of the Sapphires' 4 against Canberra. Lisa Dunn also striking a hat-trick in the Stings win over the Horizons. Cronulla's Andrew Lester has held on to win the GOB Australasia Bodyboard Tour despite being eliminated in the semi-finals. But today belonged to Gold Coast surfer Joel Taylor, who put on a spectacular show to win his second event in 3 weeks. Taylor in total control throughout, the judges giving him a perfect 10 on that wave. Manly's Tyson Williams finished runner-up after a horror run, which saw him eliminated in the first heat of the previous 3 events. Australia's world record-breaking women's wheelchair relay team has just finished a 13-day torture test. The 4-strong team, led by Louise Savage, pushed from Byron Bay to Bondi, 845 kilometres, raising nearly $150,000 for the New South Wales Wheelchair Association along the way. The team recently secured 2 gold medals plus a world record at the World Championships. Savage has used the event as preparation for next month's Honolulu Marathon. Former world marathon canoe champ John Jacoby has won the gruelling 231-kilometre Mount Buller to Melbourne run, cycle and paddle. The 500 competitors in the JLW Challenge left Marysville this morning. A 20k run first up, and Melbourne's still a long way off. After dominating all disciplines, Jacoby picked up his 4th win in a time of 14 hours and 31 minutes. Tasmania's Matt Dalziel was second ahead of Kiwi Tim Pearson, the leading female Genevieve Duncan, an extra special win, her first. To complete what's been a turnaround year for the Wallabies, they needed just one more win. But the old enemy, England, was never going to be easy.
The work over and it was time to celebrate, but the first Test win at Twickenham in 7 years was not one for the fans.
That was old-fashioned 1970s garbage, and they killed the ball all day. We didn't react very well, and it was just a disappointing display, but we won.
The English came out with obvious intentions.
You'll see a lot of this bullheaded stuff from the English tonight.
And the punch-ups kept coming like the penalty goals as the kickers traded blows. It was a chilly 9 degrees, and while Joe Roff tried to heat up the Wallaby backline, the game plan just wasn't working. The only try of the test came in the second half when the English ran in a Wallaby-style move.
England converge on the Australian goal line. The try is on. Cats! Yes! Jeremy Guscotts!
11-9 to the home side, and with just minutes left, John Eel's boot saved Australia again.
He's a man for all seasons.
Just 1 point in it, that's 11 victories from 13 tests this year.
The sort of game we played today is the sort of game we're going to get at the World Cup. We've got to be able to make sure we don't have as many penalties to be able to get out of it. We're a team that goes well if we're able to get continuity. We're able to score tries if that happens. I think this is the first game all year that we haven't scored a try. So we've got to sort that side of things out, and if we can do that, we're on our way to being very competitive in the World Cup.
The referee had a fair bit of control over it, in that there was a lot of stoppages, which was very frustrating for us. We couldn't get our backs going forward over the advantage line. But at the end of the day, it's a win, and it ends off a very good season for us.
And that man, John Eales, once again saving the Wallabies the 1 point win, giving the Aussies an early Christmas present.
Coming up, an all-Spanish affair at the Tour Championship. And a feast of English soccer. It's after the break on Sports Tonight.